Alright everybody, hello and welcome to a legacy stream. A lot has changed in the past week because obviously of the bannings. I've been very busy playing Modern, but today we're gonna switch things up a little bit. Greenwald Reclaimer was basically banned out of existence in Modern, but it's still alive and very well in Legacy. So with the new format where Dreadhorde Arcanist and which actually Dreadhorde used to be a pretty big problem for this deck. Dreadhorde is gone, Astrolabe is gone, and Oko is gone. Oko wasn't that much of an issue for this deck because, you know, just like in Modern, the answer to Oko is basically going wide around it, and our deck was fairly good at going around things thanks to Field of the Dead. But Arcanist was a big problem, particularly when it came down turn 2. And Astrolabe was also a little bit of an issue, even though Astrolabe decks overall were good for us. Some of the Astrolabe decks, like for example Pokepile, because they paired up with Arcanist and Udo, could be problematic. In the new Legacy metagame, which I have no idea what it looks like, I have watched maybe like a couple of streams here and there, but I have not played a single match of Legacy since the bannings have happened. In fact, I haven't played Legacy. I don't know, you can figure it out if you go to my YouTube channel, but I really have not played Legacy in a very long time. I've seen some other folks' streams, and I've seen that people are trying out stuff like Elves a lot. They are trying out stuff like Maverick, and one of the big winners of these bannings seems to be Plague Engineer. Plague Engineer seems to be all over the place. And with good reason, because this deck is pretty that card is very good. Haven't played Legacy in a while. Why are you playing the 4-mana anti-sacrifice guy? Dark Depths, or is it something obvious I'm missing? Well, this doesn't stop Dark Depths, first of all, because it says non-lands, but you can't sack LED when this is in play. You cannot pay life for Street Wraith, and you cannot what's the name? The name of the cycle instant. So Yasharn is basically very good against. It does hit fetches, yeah, but because of the can't pay life ability, not because of the can't sacrifice a land ability. So if your opponent has Evolving Wilds, they can sack it just fine. But Doomsday is the deck that this hits. But I'm gonna go over the choices right now. So with having in mind the current changes in the format, we're going to be looking at the small changes that I made. Again, I don't want to change everything straight up because I have not been playing the format in a really long time. So we're gonna see how this works. As we already talked about, I guess we are coming back to the pig. The main reason is that I expect 2 combo decks to be the best decks in the format, and those decks are Doomsday and Show and Tell. And this is good against Doomsday because of the reasons that I just explained, and it's also okay against Show and Tell if they go for a Grixis brand kill, because well, they can't pay 7, so it's pretty solid. It just straight up answers Grixis brand. You're gonna see that I'm not playing Primetime. The reason for that is that I wanted a threat that would come down, give me value thanks to Wasteland and stuff, and also it goes wide, which was good against Oko, and it can be protected with Caracas. Caracas pairs up really well with Titania, and even if your opponent has their own Caracas, that's not a big of a deal. You just bounce it and you just replay it again, and then you get value off of it. So the other option for this would be Primeval Titan, which is what I was playing in my early lists, and maybe Primeval Titan might be better than Titania now that, first of all, the Delver decks don't have a card advantage, or at least they don't have egregious card advantage, and the control decks are going to be slower and a lot more susceptible to Wasteland. So with those things in mind, I am watching out for this. This could be a Primeval Titan. I don't think I want more than 1 copy of this effect. So it's either going to be Titania or Primeval Titan, and it's a one-off, so we can see it, so we can see it for it. So I think that I rather have Titania, but I don't know. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to figure out in this league. A couple of operations, 3 Dryads. This was the number that I was liking the best. Before I had 4 Dryads, but I only had 1 library, but library I think it's very important. Mickey Crow with the Prime Sub coming back for the 8th month. Thank you so much for the support, Mickey Crow. I appreciate it. Then a bunch of one-offs in Raminap, Tracker, Night of Autumn, Collector Oof, and Scavenging Ooze. All of those are pretty self-explanatory, not too much to talk about there. Once upon a time, 3 copies. We could try to go up to the 4th copy, but I don't really see the need for it. The idea is to maximize the turn 1 Reclaimer into turn 2 Flagstones, aka Splinter Twin. You're gonna see that we're going back to Thalia instead of the Spirit of Labyrinth that I was playing earlier. This is because of Arcanist being gone. So I think that taxing mana might be more important than stopping card draw. So don't quote me on that. Again, this is one of the other things that I'm going to be trying out. It's possible that I might just make the switch. But I definitely want a couple of 2-drop Hate Bears. When we go to the mana base, you're going to see that I cut one of my Field of the Deads, and instead I added a 4th copy of Wasteland. This is because of the banning of Arkham's Astrolabe, of course. Not only would I rather have access to the ETB and tap land, in Wasteland over the Field of the Dead, but it also frees up a sideboard, the sideboard slot, because I used to play Waste in my sideboard. And Wasteland stock, of course, has gone up significantly with the banning of Astrolabe, so you know, not too much of a surprise there. I am considering having a 2nd copy of Field in my sideboard as a 15th card, which is another thing that I was thinking about. Besides that, we still have the one-off. We have Vesuva, one of Balakut, Caracas, Bog, Field, and Dryad Arbor, so that we can ramp with Crimson Zenith. Everything else is just fetch lands, basics, and duels. And of course, we have the split with 1 Temple Garden and 2 Savannas. When moving over to the sideboard, we have Tabernacle against the Elves decks. Against I saw your question. Let me finish the deck first. Tabernacle is good against Elves and other creature decks. We don't really put that many creatures into play, and when we play many creatures, it is thanks to Field of Death. So at that point, we basically have the game locked up. But against decks like Dredge or Hogak or Elves, Knuckle does a really good job. Path to Exile against the Delver decks, or stuff where, you know, they have 1 threat and they want to take it to victory, be it Depths and stuff like that. It's just like a redundant, the 5th copy of Swords to Plowshares, basically. Deafening Silence against spell-based combo, obviously. Spirit of Labyrinth against control and combo. Sevin's Reclamation is a card that I've been trying for a while, but somehow I always fail to draw it. So I'm gonna continue trying it because it's sweet and because I think that it could be very good. Sky Collaboration 3rd copy. Maybe we don't need that many anymore now that Oko is gone, so this is another slot that I'm kind of on. We're gonna see how it works out. Fairy Macabre against all the Graveyard Strategies, which I'm considering going up to a 4th copy. That's maybe on the slot of Apparition. Force of Vigor against enchantments, artifacts, etc. And Arasta of the Endless Web is the one-off target against Delver specifically. Okay, now on to the questions. Why not Night of the Recray? Because Night just doesn't work in this deck because it doesn't ramp by itself unless you have a Dryad already. So I'd rather have access to Reclaimer, or I'd rather have access to all of the other cards, which give me other angles of attack. Be it card advantage, replaying land from my graveyard, locking my opponent out, etc. That's why there's no Night. Uro is big from what I've seen, and Apparition is fine versus that. Yeah, but also our deck kind of by design is fine versus that. Like I'm not too scared of Uro with this deck. We have Bojuki Bog, we have Caracas. We have so many answers to Uro. Probably Uro was even less of a problem than Oko for this deck. But I've seen people playing like Uro in Delver, and I'm like, what the hell? In fact, I saw the results from the challenge, and somebody put Creeping Tar Pit in a Delver deck. And I'm like, what is going on? Why is there a Creeping Tar Pit in a Delver deck? With an Astrolabe, Uro should be a lot less powerful too. Yeah, I mean, we can keep it in check thanks to Wastelands, right? I doubt that there are going to be very many Uro decks that are going to be able to fetch like basic Island, basic Island, basic Forest. Rock Delver midrange has been a thing for a while. Yeah, it has, but again, I don't think I'm too afraid of that. Okay. So turn to Reclaimer. Turn to Reclaimer into Flagstones. We have an apparition for turn 3. Let's see what we're up against. Because if we're up against like turn 1 Vial or something, I think I might have to. If we're up against turn 1 Vial, I might have to Zenith on 1 for Dry Diver. Okay. So we're playing against some form of combo, which is bad for us. This hand is obviously not good against combo. I hopefully get there. This apparition is effectively a wasteland. And since we're against combo, we're probably not going to have the time. Oh. Breach? F. Well, I'm going to go for turn 1 Dryad. Yep. I don't think we're going to have time to go for Reclaimer and stuff, so. No, Rock has to play Goif instead of Dreadhorde. I don't know. I don't play Rock Delver. Yeah, I'd rather deal with Goif than deal with Dreadhorde. I'll tell you that much. And you don't know Legacy as much as Modern, but if I were to put Delver in my deck, I think my plan is not to grind with Uro. Yeah, it was weird. Like I saw it and I'm like kind of like, what's going on here? Hello there. What? I'm doing this to play around Spell Pierce. Not sure if my opponent plays Spell Pierce, but they could also play Daze, which this plays around nicely as well. Next turn, we're going to be able to Knight the Chromox. Because now that I know that my opponent's playing Baral, I might want to save the apparition to snipe another Baral. Okay, so I guess we're going to snipe the Baral. Ooh. Okay. White, 1. There's no way they're playing Remand or any nonsense like that, right? And I'm definitely getting rid of the red swords because they are 100% a breach deck. This is a big boy format where we play Dread of the Legion Grove. You know it. That one. Blow up that one. Isn't Breach banned? Oh, you're right. Breach is banned. It is, but don't tell, friend. God damn it. Really, I have not been playing Legacy in a long time. Yeah, they're doing some form of storm nonsense anyway. Ilkaji, thank you for the follow. That's how you know that I haven't played Legacy in a really long time. I literally don't know what is legal anymore. We haven't really drawn that much business, so it would be awesome if we did. Toski has bridge text. Is you fed mana on it? Toski has so much text. So much text. Is there anything that card that doesn't do? Also, my opponent's playing a basic mountain in their deck. I just have no idea what my opponent's doing over there. Good old Underground Sea basic mountain combo deck. Could it just be... No, there's no way that this is... There's no way that this is TES. Like, these are not TES cards. Also, we have to be very thankful to my opponent who decided to make Swords of Plowshares and Sky Collaboration good in the combo matchup. Alright, what do we got here? Burning Wish. Ugh, they're gonna wish for Massacre. God damn it. Yep. Something good, please. Reclaimer. Reclaimer, Tracker, Green Sun Zenith. Even the pig would have been kind of great there. Even the pig would have been pretty solid because it locks out my opponent's fetches. But now we are not doing great. Part of the reason to play this deck over something like Maverick was to try and go over the top of Sunoco. That dynamic isn't present anymore. Is this just bigger, less inherently consistent Maverick? I mean, considering that I am not even one game into the deck right now in this new metagame, I don't know what you want me to answer. I thought Yashano would prevent you deciding on less. That's true. Yep. But if you read the entire card, you're going to see that people cannot pay life. And fetch lands require you to pay life. So you are correct. Like if my opponent, instead of having a fetch land, come on. This is brutal, man. If instead of having a fetch land, my opponent had a Fable Passage or something like that, then they would have been able to sack it, no problem. But fetch lands specifically require a life payment. Electro Man. I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I have so many questions. God damn it, so many questions. Well, we get Titania here. Andy B 991. Thank you for the follow. So we seen it for Titania. It's basically the same as Zenith for ramming up. The difference is that Titania kills them in 2 turns versus... Yeah, I'm just going for Titania. Versus ramming up, which represents another wasteland, basically. And I think I'd rather kill my opponent in 2 turns than have a wasteland. And I'm going after the black source, obviously. Because we can take them off black, so why wouldn't we? Now this is the legacy I know and love. Oh yeah, it's good times. Back to good times in the legacy format. I am so confused at what my opponent's doing over there though. I just don't see the combo. Grub Fade 8, thank you for the follow. So that's a roundabout way of getting a token from Titania. That's a roundabout way of doing that. But I wanna do this before attacking because my opponent might have, I don't know, they might have something. Who knows? Like I can expect anything from my opponent. I love how this match we've drawn nothing. Like all we have drawn has been one Zenith, one Swords to Plowshares. That's it. That's all we've drawn. Okay. I was successfully Iset Charmed. They seem to not play any blue cantrips, which is kind of weird given their Splashy Baral and Brain Freeze. Yeah, it's strange. I really don't... I can't see my opponent's combo. Like, I don't see how they win the game. Like, are they playing rituals? I've not seen a single ritual so far. I've only seen Chrome Mox, which is like, in a way, the opposite of a ritual. They are playing Grape Shot. Okay. Not a bad one. Nice Bastion Flames you got over there. Nice Faithless Looting you got over there. Take 10. Thank you very much. Also, Goblin Lord seems like a very specific kind of combo card. Grave Shot, the worst storm kill condition. Okay. There's a ritual. We're doing it. Here we go. Ritual into Burning Wish. Wish for what? They only have 3 mana. They are at 3. I think my opponent's just gonna concede here to not give me information. See if you don't let me come off. I don't think they can. Breakthrough. Breakthrough is what they got. Okay. I'm kind of scared now. Riel the Everwise. All this time, like an idiot, wanting to win. All of this time, I should have been rooting for my opponent instead. What am I doing? What am I doing? All of this time should have been rooting for my opponent. This doesn't look pretty good. This is alright. They do have an interesting amount of creature spells. If I was not confused enough, yeah, I just don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. I mean, I guess I have to keep my plows, right? They have a bunch of creatures. They showed me Boral, the Goblin. They showed me freaking Minotaur. They showed me like an Ikoria Mythic. I have to assume I have to. I had to keep plows. There's no way they can cite all of that stuff out, so... My favorite part is how we drew 3 spells in the entire match and in the entire game and we won. This is like vintage. We saw most of opponents' decks. Yeah, we don't know what the... I have no idea. Literally no idea whatsoever. The real is probably killing the spot. Maybe. Impossible to know. Actually, impossible to know. I know that the roof answers the Chrome Mox, but then, you know, they have access to it anyway. I'm definitely keeping this hand. This hand is gasoline. Scary. What you pitching? What you pitching? Desperate Ravings. Alright, maybe I should have Collector Roof in my deck, I guess. Ritual. This guy. So let me see. Did I get this straight? My opponent just 3-4-1'd themselves to play a turn 1 Gleaned Horn Buccaneer. Is that what just happened? Is that what just happened? It's a good top deck. 4-4-1. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, this is actually 2-for-1 in and of itself. Oh, I fucked up. I should have played it. I should have shocked and played the Temple Garden. Because now if I find a basic forest, I'm not gonna be able to Zenith into Reclaimer. So that was a mistake. Fuck that one up. No, I'm definitely silencing on turn 1. 100%. Not even close. You got me. I guess we have to take a turn off here. Very unlikely the hand was better than... yeah, yes, but no at the same time, right? Because what if it is? If it is, I lose an unlosable game. Like, I don't think this guy's gonna kill me. Believe it or not. I don't think this guy's gonna get there. I really doubt that this guy is getting there. They did play their land already, so like we are taking some damage here for sure. But like that's my opponent's spell of the turn. I could wasteland them. Nah, I'm just gonna get another Flagstones and I'm gonna exile this thing. We keep our engine going. Never lucky. My breakthrough is not lethal if I... Okay. Yep, was not playing around that. Do I have to chump? I'm not gonna chump. You need to believe in opponent's deck. I mean, they dug through. We saw basically half of their deck, and we didn't see a single daze. So, yeah, this definitely caught me by surprise. That would be an understatement. To say that I did not see this coming would be an understatement. I guess we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose to Glint Horn Buccaneer. Not gonna chant famous last word. Yeah, I mean, but I have to imagine that I can win this game, right? Otherwise, we're just fucked. Opponent setting up lethal. If we find a spirit, we get him, which is hilarious. Is there anything we can see in it for? Very unfortunate setup draws. Well, I guess technically this is not lethal. Okay, so we're just gonna Reclaimer here. Then with Thalia. I guess I should have done it the other way around, huh? Gonna get dazed again. Then we bog him. And now we can quadruple block. And this brings me down to 1. It doesn't kill me, so I'm technically not dead. Teague stops this? Yeah, but Teague is not in my deck. And if they break through, they're discarding like, oh, because they're discarding more cards. Okay, never mind. This is actually lethal. I misread breakthrough. Like, they're actually going to be discarding exactly 5 right now. Oh, they discard the entire hand? Okay. Ruby Medallion, Grape Shot. Wow. That was a good days. That was a good days. That was a good friggin' days. Just as Richard Garfield intended. Oh, we said that we wanted Collect Roof. Maybe over... maybe over 1 Deafening Silence. Like, Silence didn't look particularly great there. If we had found land drops, I think we would have won that game fairly easily as well, but things just did not line up particularly well for us. This is Splinter Twin, so we keep Splinter Twin. We keep Splinter Twin openers in this channel. There is a bad commander deck where they put the commander in to make it legacy playable. In before Bolt, right? I mean, I still think that we should be pretty advantaged against my opponent's deck. Probably most legacy decks should be pretty advantaged against my opponent's deck. Oh, come on. Once upon a time, really? Why do you gotta be that guy? Why do you gotta be that guy? So here we have to remember that we have this surprise Reclaimer trick. I was joking, the deck seems very fun, I mean, no offense. Yeah, their deck is kind of hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. Am I just wasting my opponent here? No, I think I just want to develop my mana. So this means that I get to once upon a time. This becomes a 3/4/2. We also have access to Bojuka Bog if that's something that we are interested in. Oh yeah, the Badlands Basic Mountain Days deck. Classic. Absolute classic. Not bad. Could have got another Reclaimer. I don't think that's the life that we want to live. Three, four. Hell yeah. Because this way we get to keep on ramping. Rampant. Couldn't I just block? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. Boop. Boop. I think I have actually a big delay. Oh, it's possible. I'm of course streaming with no delay right now, but sometimes if you have some lag or something. Have a couple of options. We can keep wasting my opponent, or sure, resolves. We can keep wasting my opponent, or we can go for field. I think I want a field. Is this the O2 bracket? No, it's the 0-0 bracket where everything is possible. The 0-0 bracket, a place of wonder. I guess that I can go get Wasteland and we can have our cake and eat it too. So we do this, spend 2 mana here to sack this. We get Field of the Dead. We play our land, start getting some Sombos. Take care of that land. So now we have like infinite good draws. Like actual infinite good draws. Don't think there's a need to do anything here. Can safely take 3. Nice thing is that we have double plow, so we can even like plow ourselves if we have to. Getting there, Sambo. We could see some Burning Wish action, Burning Wish for Massacre, stuff like that. We can save our Thalia anyway. Barrow. I love how we can just bounce this. That's kind of cute. So we don't even add to the storm count. My deck doesn't contain infinite card. What do you mean? Wait, what? What are you talking about? Okay. Opponent fetches. Brain freeze. Okay. Are they targeting me? I'm quite confused right now. So are they trying to win by milling me, or are they trying to win by actually killing me? I am fairly confused. Vesuva to copy field to set up lethal for next turn. No black mana for you. I guess I'm passing up on copying field. This is fine though. They can burn and wish for Massacre, but they can't cast a Massacre unless they have another land. That's the only way that they don't just lose. Massacre, which they do need a swamp for. Good point. Good point. So it needs to be exactly a swamp. Real the ever was. We've been through this, opponent. Just for fun. Alright, we somehow beat the Minotaur combo deck. I guess that we did not really see another black spell. You're right. Yeah, keep this hand. We're gonna find a Reclaimer off of this Once Upon a Time. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I think they were almost playing mono red, and the only blue cards were Daze, Izzet Charm, and the Breakthrough. Opponent keeps 7, and we find a Reclaimer, because why would we ever not find a Reclaimer, right? Am I right, chat? Why would we ever not find a Reclaimer on turn 1? It's just nonsense. Imagine not finding the Reclaimer. Oh, Brain Freeze and Baral. Yeah, that's true. Ponderino. I'm gonna prioritize getting my engine online. Maybe I should have played around Stifle there? Nah, we don't play around Stifle. Playing around Stifle is for cowards. I'm doing this right now. I don't want my opponent to be able to get some free mana on their upkeep. Double Bloodstained Mire. Should I start to be afraid? Is my opponent actually playing combo here? We can kill them next turn though. I think. Zenith for 3? Question mark. Dryad? Question mark. 6U? Question mark. Six U again? Question mark. Upkeep? Question mark. Fetch land? Question mark. 6U again. Still nothing. All right. What if I do this now? And I get this now. How do you feel about this, opponent? Okay. Alright. No idea what we're up against. Their meta base suggests Storm. So I guess I'm gonna sideboard for Storm. This could grossly backfire. This could grossly backfire. No hate in this hand. But we do have some disruption. We have turn 1 Reclaimer. We can go get Oof. Or Scoosy. I think this hand is okay. Yeah, it definitely does not feel like Delver. Drop. Okay, so it is so from a combo deck. I'm assuming it's Storm. Probably Ant. The Noceum Tendrils. Maybe. DS. Yep. That's DS, alright. Yikes. They chose to shuffle. So there's a chance. I really want them to go for goblins instead of just lethal me. Just goblins me, opponent. Okay, that's actually... I'm just dead. Okay, so it is TES, which means that I don't really want the Fairy Macabres. I have gone from not being able to win with Amulet to going 3-2 for 1 for 1 and 3-0 in this league. Hard mode deck lockdown. There you go. All you had to do was get good, House, I told you. Yeah, empty into Tabby would have been delightful, but it wasn't in the cards. Maybe Force is interesting against them. I just really don't want Library. This seems a bit better combo than Minotaur discard. It looks like it, yeah. Just a little bit better. Just a tiny, tiny bit better. Okay. So if I go for basic forest here, we play our own Caracas nicely, and we can go turn 1 Zenith for Dryad, turn 2 Oof plus Wasteland U. Seems pretty sexy to me. I see someone. Seems pretty sexy. Opponent moves to 6. We don't have any staying power, but we're totally gonna find something, right? 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 We're totally gonna find something. Oh no. My opponent's thinking too much. I don't like it, chat. Chat, help me. My opponent's thinking too much. I don't like this thinking you're doing, opponent. Don't. No. 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 Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Okay, we can still go get it. So it's not the end of the world. We can still oof. And we're gonna Oofia. Go. Is Oof better than Spirit Letter? Yes, when my opponent just deployed 2 Lotus Petals. That's the way that I'll put it. If your opponent deploys 2 Lotus Petals, then yes is the answer. So we can't pay just yet. Yeah, I'm just getting wheeled into hate pieces. That's funny. So what's the plan here? We play around the sweeper. And I think I go for Yashar next turn. The plan is to go for Yashar next turn. And I want to play the Catacombs because I'm trying to get Yashar next turn, so I have to... If I top deck another fetch land, I'd like to, you know, have it play. Glad I'm playing Legacy. I'm glad I'm playing Legacy too. It's been way too long. It has been way too long. Getting basic forest. I'm just being careful to not put a plains into the battlefield. Okay, at this point, is Pig better than just wasting them? Dia187 coming back for the 22nd month with tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Dia. Welcome back once again and once again to the Primetime Stronghold. Pig is better. I'm not sure that Pig is better. But I'll go for Pig. Because I just can't help myself. Pig. Got him. Pig. And you know what we do when we have the pig? Hell yeah, it's time. Yes. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. The oink oink value is just too high. What do you got for me? Abrupt decay? Alright. Well, good thing I went for the pig, because I would have probably died. Yasharn gaining around Abrupt Decay is just also delightful. So I'm gonna waste my opponent here. I can swing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I guess I can swing for lethal here. The play is to wasteland my opponent and to play Vesuva, copying my own flagstones. So let's go for that, I guess. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that sounds lethal to me. And I guess that we're fine. I'm just gonna continue playing around sweeper. Got him. Pig, pig, pig. Yeah, we could have wasted ourselves, but I think my line is better because it also slows my opponent down as well. It is the same. It is the same outcome, except that it just achieves that in a better way. Green, white, Reclaimer. Banned in Modern. Broken in Legacy. Yeah. Yeah. Reclaimer, pull flagstones. It's Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin. Playing against the Wolf. Sablandriel. Thank you for that follow. See, that is weird. If either one of these were a forest or any kind of resource, maybe I'll keep this, but like we don't have a fetch to go with this ramming up. We don't have any real plays in the early turns. We have flagstones, but we don't have Reclaimer. There's too much pressure on this once upon a time, I think. 29 lands is so high. Not really. Not really when you're building your entire deck to find your land drops. That was a good pig last match, by the way. That was a good pig. There are some good pigs and there are some not so good pigs. That was a hell of a good pig. This is better, I guess. Could have bought him the second Thalia, but... Uh-oh. Am I dead? Am I really playing against Neobrand right now? You have to be shitting me. There's no way I'm playing against Neobrand, right? One does not simply play Waterloo Grove like that. F. Well, it's Dryad time. So they could be playing Show and Tell, I guess? This could be Blue-Green Show and Tell. This could be Blue-Green Sneak and Show. It is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Impulse. Somebody's missing land drops over there. Yeah, I think it's just Show and Tell. But now I know that it's Show and Tell, right? Like, I don't remember seeing Waterloo Grove out of Show and Tell. These are not good draws, chat. If you were wondering whether these were good draws or not, let me tell you that they are not. Am I playing Apparition? I think I'm just playing the Apparition if my opponent Show and Tells, which is going to be very sad, but it's where we're at, I guess. Oh, come on. God damn it. Swing for 3. Swing for 3. My opponent takes 4. That's down to 10. I'm trying to think whether I should just deploy this as a 2-2. Otherwise, we swing here, they go down to 11. They go down to 15. Next turn, we swing for 5. I think it's better for me to deploy the Apparition as is. Just a random 2-2. Especially because if my opponent answers my Thalia, I'm gonna want to... If they Show and Tell again, I'm gonna want to play the Thalia, of course. No legal targets. Targets. No legal targets. Thalia. Thalia. So many words. It's a cool art. I'm into it. Mull to 4 against a terrible matchup. Not where we want to be. Oh, the record's not displaying. That's... Oh, no. Oh, no. The new MTGO update messed up the record tracker. No! I have grown so spoiled. I have grown so spoiled. Excuse me, what? Okay, so my opponent's playing some mono blue combo deck with Laveman, Thassa Oracle, some stuff like that. Sheldokyle. Am I supposed to just attack with these two? No, my opponent's just gonna cantrip on my end step. But I guess technically they could be hoping to draw a land and then we can Thassa Circle, so I'd rather just hold up double plow. It's still a 2-turn clock anyway. It is still a two-turn clock regardless, so it's probably correct for us to do this. I am feeling like I'm dead though. First, they exile cards from the library, exile the top card of your library, prevent the next one damage that will be dealt to you this turn. That's such a gross card, god damn it. The art is so disgusting. Impulse, Paradigm Shift, Laveman. But yeah, so the idea here is if my opponent goes land to Thassa Oracle with 2 cards, we get to plow the Oracle in response, and then they don't win because their devotion is going to be 0, and we can, by not attacking with Arbor, we can do that through a Force of Will. In fact, we can do it through 2 forces, because they should pay 1, which would bring them down to 2, and then they would pay... Yeah, so this basically means that my opponent needs to cantrip here on my end step, and then untap and win. That's their only out, which is my best chance of winning. Oh man, I love Legacy so much. I love Legacy so much. It's so great that the format is awesome again. Legacy and band hype for real, right? How do we feel about Plow in this matchup? Like, my opponent's playing Chalices, but that's also kind of whatever. I wish they would unban Oko. It's been too long. Shut up, Lee. Yep. That sucks. So I think we're dead now. They're gonna go land into Oracle. And I'm gonna lose because I didn't attack. I still think that not attacking with the Arbor was correct. But like, this is something that could have happened, of course. AFK Smock, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. I'd ask that would make so many tokens, yeah, and then I would die. So it's probably not a good one. Bog. I guess Bog messes them up, right? So same thing with Fairy Macabre. Let's read Paradigm Shift real quick. Style cards from your library, then shuffle your graveyard into your library. Okay, so It is basically the same as the inverter effect, except they only cost 2. So technically Fairy Macabre does affect that. Isharn doesn't really do anything. Titania's probably going to be too slow. Tracker slow. Skyclave slow. Maybe Tracker just beats down better. Keeping Plows because of the Maniac. Force versus Thought Lash. I think that they are just going to play Thought Slash and they're going to win at the same turn, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure, but they did show me Chalice though. Okay, they do have Chalice, never mind. So I guess we do want some Skyclaves. I think Fairy is just too narrow. I don't think it's going to work out. Let's do this. This is a nice opener. This is a nice opener. Turn 1 once upon. Maybe we find the Reclaimer. Opponent goes to 5. I think I want a Reclaimer here. This gets around Chalice very nicely. And now I think we pass, holding up Swords, Thalia, and Reclaimer activation. Activate Reclaimer. Yes. Temple Garden. No. Get another Flagstones. Play land. Play Thalia. So we're either in a great shape or we're dead. Hard to figure out. Hard to figure out just yet. Boom. Yes. Land. Another Flagstones. Please don't draw your last Savannah. Not last Savannah. Okay. Woo. Alright. Don't mind if I do. So we win next turn now. If this resolves. Because we're gonna Valakut on end step. Next turn we oh, I guess that the Thalia makes it awkward. Yeah, so I guess I don't have lethal, never mind. Very close to lethal. Back to basics. Yeah, that doesn't matter at all. Now it is lethal. I love how my opponent slammed it back to basics. Like, ha! Gotcha! Gotcha! Like, yeah, sure. You got it, opponent. You got it. Back to basics resolves. Yep. Yep. Back to basics is not very good against us. We have a million basics, and we also just, as you can see, don't really care too much. Even if you get back to basics, Dryad doesn't give a fuck. Back to basics, you said this is a blood moon? Yeah, exactly. But I resolved back to basics. Wait, no, what? No. So this technically has interaction, but that interaction is Reclaimer Bojuka Bug. So I'm not super into it. I think I'm gonna ship this. I think I'm shipping. This is a lot better. We can throw Vesua back into the deck. Yep. Lot better. A, B, C, as easy as 1, 2, 3. Opponent taking their time with their mulligan decisions, completely terrified because of the power of the Reclaimer. Multi to 6. Nice days deck. Nice days deck. What do you got here? Turn 1 Chalice. I guess turn 1 Chalice would kind of suck here. Oh. Wasteland off the top one time, please. Wasteland? No. So they just have the turn 2 kill. We would have won if we had had a freaking Fairy Macabre in our deck. Oh man. That's so brutal. That is so brutal. Fairy Macabre was lethal. I wasn't expecting my opponent to do something like this. Well, you got me, opponent. You got me. Well played, I guess. Oh no, did I fuck this up? Did I have to... Oh, if my opponent has Laugh Man. Oh, this is a disaster. Absolute disaster. Wow. I need to draw Plow now. I had to go for Dryad, I guess. Alright, I punted this game. Ugh. I punted this game pretty badly here. I had to go for turn 1. Well, got me. This is obviously my opponent getting some serious percentages because they're playing in brew, of course. That's one of the advantages of playing a deck that people have no idea what you're doing. And not knowing what the deck is capable of. But like now the next time I'm playing the deck, particularly on the draw, Fairy Macabre sounds a lot more exciting. Fairy Macabre sounds a lot more exciting because they can do stuff like that and they can potentially turn 2 or turn 3 kill you. And I'm happy that I kept the Swords to Plowshares. It feels like they do kind of rely a little bit on creatures. This is an interesting hand. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. This is a very interesting hand. Like we have green sources that we're drawing towards, but we also have like double plow and we can wasteland to delay the game. So, but if we find a green source, we also get access to poggers. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Okay. Seems like an okay exchange. Okay. Play around Spell Pierce here. Play around Ace. Next turn we can waste plus plow something else. Okay, that's a problem. That's actually a problem. We can make Reclaimer into a 3/4 if we need to. I would love to not have to. But this is my end game. Like this is how I raise the true name, so I don't think I can take a turn off to wait until I have double wasteland because this turn name is really threatening. Can't block it. Can we untap, please? Please, can we untap? If I do untap with Reclaimer, I kind of feel like I'm in an okay spot. What do you get from me, opponent? If they do Bold Reclaimer... Ugh. I waste myself, I get a plains. But we also go down a land. 2 mana. Young PC. We can beat Pyromancer. Bolt sucks. They're down to 0 cards though. Down to 0 cards is good for us. Plow that. Take 3. Stifle would be a problem. I feel like my way to win this game is to get to Titania. Second True Name is just devastating. Okay, yeah, now we're in trouble. Maybe see about taking them off loot. I don't think I can afford to, because the only way that I can win this is through Titania. Now we can Titania next turn. We take 6. Titania next turn. If they don't do anything. Which I doubt that they will not waste me. But maybe they don't waste me. We can't beat Days. I imagine they're going to waste my Wasteland. We need to find an untapped land though. Man, the second True Name is just terrible for us. Yep. Opponent is no slouch. Huh. So we can't beat Bolt. We can't beat Bolt, but we swing for 5 here. Let's say opponent doesn't block. They go to 17. We find Raminap off the top. We play a Raminap, play a land, we Reclaimer, sacrifice. We're not gonna get to fetch though, because we're at 7. Fuck, yeah, this guy's just races. Oh man, brutal. That's okay though. That's okay. I think I want to try playing Knuckle here. I'm not sure whether it's good or not, but I think I'm down to figure it out. I think I don't want Spirit of the Labyrinth. Well, I guess I do over the libraries. I don't think I want libraries. I'm not going to be able to leverage them fairly well. And 2 operations seems fine to me. And everything else just doesn't matter. So let's go with this. Man, True Name is back, I guess. It's interesting to me though, because I imagine that playing Engineer is maybe the most played creature in Legacy right now. So seems like not a great time to be playing True Name. Ugh. Gonna keep this though. Gonna ship these and these. Yep. People are just looking for things to fill out the blue-red shell. Yeah, but there has to be something better that we can do, right? It's hard for me to believe that a 3-mana play is what you want to be doing in blue-red Delver. Also, we're actually not sure whether my opponent is playing Delver or not because they didn't see a Delver. I'm imagining that they are, but... If I don't find the green source, I did find the green source. I guess I probably want to copy Wasteland anyway. And take a turn off. Because now by the time I play Reclaimer, it's gonna be not boltable. We can wasteland the wasteland itself, which is a weird interaction, but like if we really need to get this wasteland into the yard, we can. Trying to hold on to the Zenith to find the Dryad, even though I did bottom a Dryad, but like I didn't know how this matchup was gonna be playing out, right? Things have been power crept a little bit, and 3 mana for dice to play engineer is only okay now. Yeah, it seems just risky. Like you can see, like it was obviously great there. It's like there's obviously decks that really struggle against that card specifically. This was my first spell. This is why we bring in extra removal spells in the matchup. Skyclave also answers this. Oh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. You're killing me with these draws. If my opponent has a ton of cantrips here, we're in trouble. Hold your horses. If we find the Dryad off the top, maybe we're cooking here. Seems unlikely we might only having 4 cards. Andrea with the tier 1 sub coming back for 20th month. Legacy. Legacy indeed. Legacy indeed. We are dead here though. Oh my god, we're gonna find it. No. No. And they didn't have the force either. If we go get Knight of Autumn, we are technically not dead. But my opponent brainstormed, so I have to imagine that we're dead. It's not great. It is not great. But it is what it is. Bolt off the top. Almost lucky, yeah, almost lucky, but not quite, unfortunately. So now we need to draw what? Plow? Petty theft. 5, 7, 8. Okay. That sucks. Feels like if our draws had lined up a little bit better. But both games, our draws were just... My opponents lined up well against mine, not the other way around. Yeah, a pawn was relevant, for sure. Like, I died with the stupid Once Upon a Time stuck in my hand, not doing anything at all, so... This hand is kind of interesting. It's a little bit too slow, though. This is better. No, I counted the Delver attacking. There was a 5/5 dragon, a 2/2 dragon, and a Delver. And a young Pyromancer. Unfortunately, we'll probably have to go for Savannah here, which means that we don't get to play around Wasteland. Yeah, we just didn't have a blocker anymore. All right. That's a turn. It's pretty funny. I always feel like I get paired against Reanimator when it's the last... Oh, this is not Reanimator. Oh, shit. Tin Fins, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah. My opponent's not messing around over there. Tin Fins. There's no way they can fizzle here, right? We just get to see a little bit more of their deck, but there's nowhere they can fizzle. Thing One Children is actually stuck in Reanimator now. Not sure if that makes it. No, this makes it Tin Fins. Reanimator is not interested in just getting the Griselbrand for the turn. They are interested in getting the Griselbrand to stay into play. But Tin Fins only cares about winning one turn. Limdus Bolt. Sweet. Very sweet. This is one of those great cards. Just a great card. It really is. Entomb. For another Griselbrand? Just kill me, opponent. What are you doing? Are we getting still had all these here, or like what's the what's the thing? Are we getting still had all these here? Is that what's up? All right, I'm off it. Okay, so Deafening Silence is actually good against Tin Fins, not so good against Reanimator. Fairy Macabre, good against both. Bog, obviously pretty solid. What do we want to cut? Liveries, this and this. Titania. Apparitions. Oof is okay. Scavenging Ooze is okay. The pig actually stops Gristle Daddy from drawing cards, which is kind of neat. You can cut Tabernacle and Dry Diver. I don't think I want to cut Dry Diver. I'm probably not gonna be doing this on turn 1. I'm probably gonna be doing something like this. But if I have like a Fairy Macabre in hand, though, that means that I can Scene it for 1. So I don't think I want to cut Dry Diver. I'm definitely cutting the Knuckle though. Raminap can probably go. My opponent's not gonna go around destroying my lands, I don't think. We just keep the 1 Dryad. I mean, we have Fairy Macabre, right? So we keep this. We get to waste them if we don't die. Sweet. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Flagstones, don't mind if I do. Wasteland you. Brainstorm. I think this is looking good here. Time for the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes, no, no. No fireworks just yet. Sweet. Your go. So now we have 2 layers of interaction right now, which is Reclaimer for Bog and the Fairy Macabre. If they go for it, I'm gonna show them Reclaimer for Bog, I think, because Fairy Macabre could potentially be something that they don't play around. This game is looking good though. I guess it depends on what they... Holy fuck. So I think I'm wasting plus Zenith. And the idea is to take my opponent off of blue sources. So they can't oracle me. Yeah, that's true. I had forgotten that this deck's kind of switch over to a Doomsday plan post-board. It's really annoying. That's real fucking annoying. We might still be okay. Reclaimer for Hypno Reveal. Is there a land, a green land that says shuffle target player's deck? That would be funny. It's kind of a dope art. Alright, opponent. Let's go. Surgical with shuffle. Yeah, but there are reasons why I'm playing Fairy Macabre. Like, it's like everything, right? Like, whenever you're choosing to play Fairy Macabre over Leyline, over Surgical Extraction, like each one of those cards has different pros and cons. I think Fairy Macabre is pretty good at... first of all, you can find it off of Once Upon a Time, which I've done on a couple of occasions. And the most important one is that you don't need to pay for Chancellor tax. Both against the Reanimator decks and also against the Oops All Spells deck that play Chancellor. So the fact that you get to play around when they go off on turn 1, you get to win through a Chancellor trigger is a big deal. The same is true for Leyline, but the issue with Leyline is obviously it's a terrible top deck is if it's not exactly your opener, while Fairy Macabre is still a great top deck. But if you're playing against something like Kogak, for example, Fairy Macabre's impact is obviously going to be a lot smaller than Leyline's, right? But then they can force your Leyline. Everything is a pros and cons balance, and then you just basically need to make a choice based on what you think is what makes the most sense, I guess. Okay. Let's see that library. Huh. So they're completely off the Reanimator plan. No Gristle Daddies, none of that. Oh, am I just dead right now? That would suck. Damn it, man. Like, I had it. So they did that into cantrip. All of these I can't stop, so this is just what it is. Predict. They draw all the cards. So even if I plow the... Even if I plow the Oracle... Alright, we got. We didn't really have too much agency over this game, unfortunately. I don't think there was anything we could have done. Brutal. That was brutal. After a 2-0 start, we just lost 3 in a row. We lost versus Blue Red Delver, Nick Fit, Doomsday, and we lost against the Mono Blue Thassa Circle deck. Like, Thassa Circle seems to be kind of all over the place, which makes me think about including what's the name of the 2-mana Hushbringer? I wonder if this is a card that we should be interested in having in our deck. There's also the Griff, and there's also the 1/3. The good thing is that Hushbringer, I think it's the best one because not only does it stop... does it stop Hogak? Yeah, it stops zombies, right, from Hogak? Have I got Leovold? How do you want me to play Leovold? I'm playing green-white. Like, I'm missing 2 colors to play Leovold. Doesn't seem like a great idea. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that this stops Bridge. It also stops Thassa's Oracles. No Gadok Teague? I don't think Gadok Teague is particularly playable. Nick Fit tier 0 when... Oh, Nick Fit. What a delight of a deck. Make a couple of changes to the sideboard. How do we feel about Titania versus Yasharn? I feel like these are fine. I want to try them again. Gonna try them again. So I think this is the list that I'm gonna play right now. That's gonna be for this league though. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye, YouTube.